Well, the war may be over, but for many servicemen and women, the effects of the Iraq conflict are still being felt. The charity Combat Stress says they've treated 268 people for post-traumatic stress disorder in the past year, and they believe thousands more veterans are struggling with the symptoms. Our correspondent, John Maguire, went to meet some of them.
Working out helps Neil Blower cope with stress. As a 20-year-old soldier, he was among the first ground troops to cross the border. His post-traumatic stress disorder began when he came home.
I started having nightmares, mood swings, getting very angry, very trivial things. And the problem with it, you don't know what it is. You know, you're a soldier, you're not a psychologist or anything like that. So you just kind of bottle it all up and pretend nothing's happened. You know, you're a professional soldier, it's your job.
He's now a novelist and says the process of expressing his thoughts and emotions on paper has helped turn his life around. There is, Neil says, help out there. Several organisations work with veterans, often run by people who've battled PTSD themselves.
There will be a series of negative emotions.
Bob Paxman is a former soldier who also worked in security in Iraq. He says the size of the problem is much bigger than the official figures suggest.
We feel that a lot more could be done. There's some fantastic global statements out there by various organisations and the MOD saying that they're taking things very seriously. But in actual fact, what's actually happening at the coalface is completely different to what we're being told.
These figures come from the largest PTSD charity, Combat Stress. They've worked with more than 1,500 Iraq veterans who, on average, contact the charity around 2.5 years after leaving the military, much earlier than is typical for other conflicts. And in the past 12 months alone, 268 people who served in Iraq came forward for the very first time. These days, PTSD is discussed in basic training.
And during leadership courses, when people are promoted, they get education on stress management so that they can look after their people, because good leadership is associated with better mental health.
There is more money and more awareness of post-traumatic stress disorder than at any time before, yet the consensus is that thousands continue to suffer in silence, still going to war with the enemy within. John Maguire, BBC News, Manchester.
And there is lots more on the Iraq anniversary on the BBC News website at bbc.co.uk/Iraq.